Hi guys, it's still Mr. Richard. Yes, in this video we are working on question 6 grade 12 prelim Gauteng 2022. Yes, as we are reviewing for this upcoming prelim 2023. So hope this video will help you grade 12 as you are preparing yourself for the upcoming exam. Right, without wasting time, let's get to today's video. So we are given the graph of f of x, which is equals to negative root 27x for x is greater than 0 and is sketched below. And there's a point 3 and negative 9 lies on the graph. Then we also have another point here at the origin, which is 0 is to 0. So here's a path that's 2 marks. So we need to use the graph to determine the values of x for which f of x is greater than negative 9. Right, so the simplest way, some can take this part and solve for x, right? But that will also result us to get this value of 3 in this case. So the easiest way to since they said use the graph to determine, we are going to use the graph. So our values here will lie, we need to leave our answers in a form of inequality form. So here our answer will be 0. It's greater than x, since from 0 to 3, then 0 is greater than x, but less than or equal to 3. Or you could just say, remember, write it in an inequality form. You could just say in an interval notation, x is an element of 0 and 3. Then you're still gonna get that beautiful 2 marks. Then at 6.2, write down the inverse of f in y in the form of y is equals to, indicate all the restrictions. How many marks is that? That's 4 marks. Right, so since they stated that we should, let me start at 6.2. We'll just say 6.2, guys. So at 6.2, remember that we're given our graph as y is equals to negative root 27x. We remember that it's for x was x is greater than 0. Remember, when you restrict it as well as y will be greater than 0. So to find the inverse, you swap the coordinate. So we are going to say where there is y, you replace it by x, and where there is x, we are going to, remember that this is root, we are going to replace it by y. So to get rid of a square root, we need to square both sides. Square both sides, then we are going to have x squared in this case. Square root and 2 will cancel. We are left with positive 27y. Remember that when you square a negative number, it becomes a positive number. So from here, since we need to make y the subject, we're going to divide by 27 both sides. So this and this will, this happens when x is lesser than 0. It's greater, it's lesser or equal to 0. Sorry for that. So meaning that y will be equal to x squared all over 27. Guys, you need to remember that the inverse of a root function is a parabola. Inverse of a parabola, it's a root function. Okay, are we together? So that's how you are supposed to, they said leave your answer in this format. So you're going to say inverse of f x squared divided by 27. So that's how you can get that 20. That's how you can get that 4 marks. So let's go to 6.3. Sketch the graph of the inverse in your answer book. Indicate all the intercepts with the axis and the 1 coordinate of the other point on your sketch. Okay, so first point that we have is 0 and 0, which will remain the same. The point that will change, it's this one. So to find the inverse, we just swap the coordinates. So in this manner, it will be negative 9 and 3. So we're having another coordinate. So we'll put it the other side because negative 9 and 3 is other side. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have negative 9 here. So it's going to be negative 9 and 3 upward. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So we are going to have a point here. So that point will go and go and go and go and go and connect here. So we're also gonna have, that's P here. Remember, it's gonna stay at 0 and 0. So this is the graph of inverse, and we also have the graph of f. So in that manner, you would have done that part, right? So that's how the 3 marks came about. So you also have your intercepts, your x and y intercept is 0, and you also have the other point there, which will be -9 and 3. Right, remember at first it was 3 and -9. So the new coordinate will be -9 and 3. We together. So let's go to the last question, which is 6.4. Remember, we're working on 10 marks, right? Describe the transformation or from f to g if g of x is given as root 27x, where x is greater than 0. All right. At first, we were given this as negative root 27x. So what will happen, guys, it's that there was a reflection here. That reflection was about x-axis. There was a reflection about x-axis where y becomes negative. You need to know the reflection rules. So when we place negative here, we are going to divide everything by negative. This will be positive, as well as this will be root 27x. Therefore, we have proven that g of x is equal to root 27x. Right, it's equals to root 27x. So it will be reflection about x-axis. And mind you, when it's a reflection about y-axis, it's only x that will become negative. So that's how you were supposed to get that 10 marks. So yeah, we are done with those functions. See you on question 7. Right. Do not forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and remember, we love you.